Hey, analysts, data wizards, and visualization enthusiasts. Welcome to the Analyst Lens, where we sharpen your data storytelling skills. Today's episode is a masterclass in the art of choosing the right chart in Power BI. We will be learning about three things here: how to identify the perfect chart type for your specific data, 15 popular chart types with tips on when and how to use each of them, how to avoid common pitfalls that can make your visualizations less effective. So let's get started. The first one we have is bar charts. These are the most common and popular types of charts. They involve categorical and quantitative data type, and it is used to compare data across categories. Bar charts display data using rectangular bars with the length of the bar representing the value. The bars can be horizontal or vertical. It is basically avoided when there are too many categories or if the data is continuous. For example, they are used in comparing sales by product, website traffic by sources, and customer satisfaction by region. So, the other type of charts are line charts. The type of data preferred with line charts are continuous and in time series. It is used to show the trends over time. Line charts plot data points connected by lines. X-axis usually represents time and y-axis represents the value. Only use a line chart when there is a logical order or relationship between the data points. They connect data points over time, relieving the growth and seasonality. For example, it is used for watching the trends in the stock prices. Now, here comes the donut chart. Donut chart involves using of data type such as categorical and proportional. A donut chart is used to show the proportion of each category. Donut charts represent data as slices of a circle, each representing a percentage of the total. Avoid using a donut charts when there are too many categories or comparing data across groups. For example, showing the market share, customer demographics, or the budget allocation. Now we have the scatter plot. The data type used in case of scatter plot is continuous and bivariate. Use a scatter plot to display the relationship between the two variables. Scatter plots data points on a two-dimensional plane with one variable on the x-axis and the other variable on the y-axis. Don't use a scatter plot when the relationship between variables is irrelevant or when comparing multiple categories. For example, seeing how the temperature influences the ice cream sales. Next one we have is area chart. Area chart involves using of data that is continuous or in time series. An area chart is used to show the volume or magnitude of data over the time. Area charts are similar to the line charts, but the area between the line and the x-axis is filled, emphasizing by the volume or the magnitude. Avoid using an area chart with multiple data series with overlapping areas as it can be confusing. So, it can be used to visualize the project progress over time. So now, we have the bubble charts. Bubble charts add a third dimension to scatter plots. The type of data that is used for bubble charts is continuous and multivariate. Use a bubble chart to display the relationship between three variables. Bubble charts are the variation of scatter plots, with the size of bubbles representing the third variable. Don't use a bubble chart when the size of the bubbles is not meaningful or when comparing multiple categories. So, the bubble charts can be used for showing customer satisfaction with size and price, website traffic with clicks and duration, or employee performance with tasks and ratings. Now, the next chart type is histogram. Here, the type of data used is continuous and univariate. A histogram is used to display the data distribution. Histograms are similar to bar charts, but the data is divided into equal intervals, and the bar's height represent the data frequency in each interval. A histogram should be avoided when the data is categorical and comparing data across groups. For example, a histogram can be pictured to show the customer age distribution, product price range, or website visit duration. Moving forward, we have heat map. The type of data used should be continuous and multivariate. Use a heat map to display the relationship between two variables using color intensity. Heat maps use a color scale to represent the value of each cells in a matrix, with one variable on the x-axis and the other variable on the y-axis. Darker color represents higher values, while lighter color represents lower values. A heat map should be avoided when the relationship between variables is irrelevant, when the data is categorical, or when comparing multiple categories. So, heat maps are ideal for visualizing graphic data like website clicks by location, sales per region, or temperature variations across a map. Just like heat map, we have tree maps also. The type of data preferred is categorical and hierarchical. A tree map is used to display hierarchical data or to show the proportion of each category as a whole. Tree maps use nested rectangles to represent data, while the size of each rectangle proportional to its value. Color can be used to indicate additional information. Tree maps should be avoided when there are too many categories or the data is not hierarchical. A tree map can be used to show the company structure with department sizes and profits, website navigation with page views, or product categories with subcategories and sales. Next we have is radar chart. The type of data preferred is continuous and multivariate. Use a radar chart to display the performance or characteristics of different categories across multiple dimensions. Radar charts use a circular layout with multiple axes, each representing a dimension. Data points are plotted on each axis and connected to form a shape. Radar charts should be avoided when there are only a few dimensions or when comparing data across groups. As you can see, radar charts are like spider webs of matrix, showing how multiple variables contribute to a central value. Radar charts can be used to track website health across metrics like traffic and bounce rate, or analyze product features on various scales. Here comes the box plot. Box plots box up your data, revealing quartiles, outliers, and median values. The type of data preferred is continuous and univariate. A box plot should be used to display the distribution of data and detect outliers. The median is represented by a line inside the box, and outliers are plotted as individual points as shown in the figure. Avoid using a box plot when the data is categorical or when showing trend over time, that is there in line charts. So, box plots are perfect for comparing sales distribution across departments, website visit durations across devices, or product rating across platforms. Now we have the stacked bar charts. The type of data preferred is categorical and quantitative. Use a stacked bar chart to compare the data across categories and show the composition of each category. Stacked bar charts display the data using stacked rectangular bars, with the length of each segment representing the value. The total length of the bar represents the sum of the all values in a category. Don't use a stacked bar chart when there are too many categories. An example of stacked bar charts can be visualizing how customer satisfaction varies by region and age groups. Other one that we have is Gan charts. The type of data preferred should be time-based or for project management. Use a Gantt chart to visualize project schedules, tasks, and milestones. Gantt charts use horizontal bars to represent tasks, with the length of the bar indicating the duration. The x-axis represents time, and tasks can be grouped by categories. Avoid using Gantt charts when the data is not time-based or when showing relationships between the variables. An example of Gantt chart can be visualizing the track of software development, marketing campaigns, or event planning with ease. Here comes the waterfall chart. The type of data preferred should be quantitative and sequential. Use a waterfall chart to visualize the cumulative effect of sequential data, such as financial or inventory changes. Waterfall charts use vertical bars to represent the value of each step, with the bars connected to show the cumulative effect. Positive and negative values can be represented using different colors. Don't use a waterfall chart when there is no logical order or relationship between data points. Waterfall charts can be used for visualizing profit breakdown with income, expenses, and net profit. Last but not the least, we have the funnel charts. The type of data preferred is categorical and process stages. Use a funnel chart to visualize the stages of a process, such as sales, conversions, or customer journeys. Funnel charts use a series of decreasing trapezoids to represent each stage in a process, with the width of each trapezoid proportional to the number of items at that stage. Avoid using funnel charts when there is no straightforward process or the data is continuous. Website visitors moving through sign-up, registration, and purchase is one of the examples of funnel chart. Another may include job applicants advancing through recruitment stages.